Hey everyone, I watched every Final Destination movie. I was gonna say, so you don't have to, but there are definitely some that you should watch. Recently, leading up to the release of the new one, Final Destination Bloodlines, that trailer really intrigued me. I was like totally hooked in this concept, only to then learn at the end of the trailer it's Final Destination Bloodlines. I'd always heard the name Final Destination over and over again. Never had any idea what it was. I just knew it was out there in movie culture, you know. And so I was like, all right, all these Final Destination movies were available. I think it was on Max. So I was like, I'm down. Been watching a lot of movies. Let's let's go into all five Final Destination movies just in time for the new one. And that's what I did. So now I'm gonna real quick rank all six Final Destination movies. I've seen the new one. Had a couple weeks to, or a few weeks to really let it all sink in. All these movies. And let's talk about it. Most of the Final Destination movies are not really great movies. Even the ones I enjoy, I wouldn't say are great movies necessarily. For the most part, with one exception. Well, with a couple exceptions, one in either direction. One I really love, I think is a great movie. One I really hate, wouldn't even say that I enjoyed it. All right. So coming in at the bottom, number 6, it's the easiest one. And it's pretty crazy how it set itself apart with the name itself, The Final Destination, which is Final Destination 4. This is really, really bad. Now, some of these early Final Destination movies, the technology is really rough. The effects look awful. Or no, let me take that back. The effects look rough at times. But in the Final Destination, the effects looked awful. It was like they went up another notch of how bad can we make this look, and then they went all in on the edgy. Even the opening sequence is all like skulls and reenacting some of the older kills through like X-rays and stuff. Very like hardcore, and the movie was absolutely awful. It was really bad. I didn't find any of the kills really to be very inspired or even enjoyable. So all around negative marks, The Final Destination. It's one of the worst movies I've seen this year. At number 5, I have Final Destination 5, 2011. It's significantly better than The Final Destination, and it does some things I really enjoy in terms of how it goes full circle with I thought it was a really neat ending, and how it ties things together kind of in a bit of a whoa shock factor way, but I was here for it. I didn't think any of the characters were particularly likable, which is what sets this one down from the others for me. Otherwise, conceptually, I think it does some cool things, and I do like what they did with the story overall. This next one is tough between the next two. I'll just say both of them straight up. I have number 4, I have Final Destination 3, and at number 3, I have Final Destination 2. The reason being, I up until just now, actually, right before I did this video, I had 3 above 2. It was really up in the air for me. I think Final Destination 2 has the most memorable opening sequence that most people are scarred from what I hear, in that log truck. Really cool. I think both of these movies have really great opening sequences. And for me, what was constantly giving me the edge for Final Destination 3 is because it was the first movie in the series that actually gave me any sort of chills when I was watching that opening sequence. I was actually like on edge, made me uncomfortable in a meaningful way that I didn't in the other ones. The other ones I was like, okay, I'm just kind of along for the ride. Like, this is wacky. Well, look at that. Here we go. But that was really effective to me, how they did that whole roller coaster sequence. But I give the slight edge to Final Destination 2 because it does do some cool things in terms of trying to progress the story forward, kind of expanding the lore a little bit in interesting ways, do some nice little twists on the formula here or there, and some pretty fun characters in the mix. Also, another reason I had Final Destination 3 above 2 at points is because I think the main lead actress is particularly strong in that one. So very interchangeable. Upon more review and rewatching it, I could definitely see them flipped. but right now I'm settling on 2 above 3. Here we go. Number 2, I have Final Destination, the original 2000 film. When I watched this movie, I was like, wow, that was like some silly ass, goofy ass stuff that just transpired. Like so over the top that it was kind of corny at times, but I kind of really respected it. And it kind of worked in spite of itself at times, in ways that didn't expect it to. Like even the original Final Destination, I don't think it's a great movie in terms of, I don't think it's the most high quality upper echelon of film, but I do think we have to give credit for the original coming up with the concept, which I think is such an awesome and intriguing concept that has made the series last as long as it has. It's just such a cool idea that was really solidly put in place here, and you have that effect of first learning like what these movies are all about with that original that you don't have with the ones to come. They're all derivative in different ways. So absolutely, I think Final Destination is the best of the original 5, and I do give it props for that, even if I don't think it's an amazing movie still. Number 1, by a mile, and it's not even close. It's Final Destination Bloodlines is the new one. Well, not only did I absolutely love this movie, I genuinely think it is a really well-made movie. So like content-wise, already head and shoulders above every other Final Destination. Production-wise, it's not even close. They're not even the same realm. It might as well not be the same series. Like, what's beautiful about this movie is that technology finally caught up with the concept of Final Destination, and they fully owned it. They didn't go cheap. They didn't cheap out on this movie. They gave it its due, and they gave the proper amount of money to make the fucking kills look really good. The opening sequence is one of my favorites ever. I really love how it's so put together. It's really super effective. It's shocking. It's bold. I love it. Completely unique from every other opening sequence. They do some fun things lore-wise to tie pretty much every Final Destination film together. And it's like we're actually talking movie now. It's not just gimmick here for the kills. There's actually some substance here. And at the end of the day, it knows what kind of movie it is and it owns it, which is what's brilliant about it. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It plays into that element of Final Destination where it is like, aha, it's so silly. We're playing around with these crazy deaths, elaborate deaths and everything. Don't constantly have a bait and switch. So you think this person's gonna die this way. They show so many different ways that you could be dying in such an effective way that I don't think the other films have done. And yeah, it's the best movie, and it's not even close. I'm so glad I got to watch all the originals before watching it, because it gave me that much more appreciation for it. And it's a must watch, absolutely must watch. Highly recommend it. It's so good. Final Destination Bloodlines. So at the end of the day, I say Final Destination, generally not great movies, but 5 is okay. It has elements that I like. 1 through 3 I enjoy. I think they're solid for what they are. If you go into it knowing, or look, once you watch the first one, 2 and 3 deliver that same kind of vibe. The Final Destination, horrible, and Bloodlines, amazing. So overall, I'm here. I would be super satisfied if this was the way that the series ended. Came back 14 years later to deliver a banger, an absolute banger that fires on all cylinders. It looks good. It's got actually solid plot to it, some fun characters, and it keeps you so fully engaged for most of the time. I think there would be a great ending to it, because I'm worried about if I say that all that to say they probably will make more, but I fear that we could go back the other way and lose some of the magic again. So I would love to just have this be the end of the storybook here. Final Destination, it's cool. The first few, you gotta go in tempering your expectations. This is gonna be pretty corny. Don't take it too seriously. And then the last one, you're in for a treat. All right, let me know what you thought of the Final Destination movies. What do you think of them overall? What did you think of the new one? Do you agree or disagree with my rankings? All right, sound off below. And as always, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. If you want more videos just like this, I talk about movies, TV, and reality TV here on the channel. And until next time.